Welcome, beautiful souls, beautiful angel souls. Before you are four piles. I'm going to point them out to you. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. It could just be card. I don't know. Sometimes I get this vibe that So this is going to be a very interesting reading. I wanted to point out the pick your pile right away. So if you just want to go down to the timestamp and get at it, go right ahead. But I just wanted to kind of talk about the energy right now that's on the planet and what's happening. And the reason why I brought in this deck today, which is actually kind of funny because you would think it would have came to me right away, but no, that would be too easy. Hold on. But today in real time where I live, it's April 13th, 2022. And we had a snowstorm. And it's been snowing off and on for the last few days. It's supposed to keep snowing off and on for the next few days. I'm in the Puget Sound in the Seattle area. I'm between Olympia and Seattle and in the Mount Rainier Valley. And yeah, my husband and I were both like, what? Come on. Like, we're like, ah. But, it's okay because it kind of goes with the energy of the moon. And today we're in the waxing gibbous energy, which is all about refining and focus. So when I started putting this reading together, I was going through all my decks and just nothing was coming to me. And I heard them say like, focus, focus, focus. And I was like, what? And then I realized, I was like, oh yeah, it's the waxing gibbous, it's refine and focus. And then the second it was like my eyes laser beamed to the water crystal oracle. And I was like, yes, that makes so much sense because this deck is really powerful. But on the back of each card is an image of a snowflake. And, when we're told that, no snowflakes are alike and they found a way to, record what a snowflake looks like, it's incredible. So all of these images before you are actual pictures that were taken under a microscope. And I didn't want to say too much before, but I have to tell you, seriously, look at them. I'm going to go up a little bit closer on each one. So there's 1 and 2, okay? Pile 1 and pile 2. But just, the intricacy, sorry, I'll go on the light this way. The intricacy, right? And even this, it's like, it seems small, right? But it's not. There's just so much going on. It's really beautiful. It has its own resonance. It kind of looks like a crown. This one to me looks like, a vintage, diamond ring or something. Then cut to, 3 and 4. 3 just gets me every time. That's real. Tell me that doesn't look like a smiley face. I'm like, oh my gosh, And then this one, what? It's like this whole, this dimensional, just really, 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 really cool. So, and also look at what's happening with the candles. We are lit up right now. Spirit is here to talk to us. I know so many of us in the tribe are going through some rough stuff. I know the last week just kicked the shit out of me. It's like I was doing so well when I'm awesome as long as I don't really talk to anybody. And even my husband, I love being around him and, our familiar Baba, but at the same time, it's like I'm in my most bliss when I am completely alone in my own element, doing my own thing without any interruptions, without, anybody dragging in, unwanted energies. And I just got kicked down. It was like ever since I've kind of come back on the grid, I kind of came back on the grid around the first week in April. When I looked down, it was 420. Haha. Interesting. So smoke them if you got them. You might want to smoke up, or you might want to pause and smoke up right now because I think these are going to be pretty intense. But no, for real, it was it's just been intense, and I was just I need to shut off the world again for a little while. I'm I need to just step back and regroup. And so this refine and focus couldn't come at a better time for me personally. So maybe this is how you're feeling as well. Maybe you've been going through a lot of stuff and you're just like, okay, what do I need to focus on? What do I, because also a lot of times when when our energy is off balance, it's because we're putting it in too many places at once, or we're giving our energy away to other people and not giving enough to ourselves, right? So in each pile, I'm sure Spirit will talk to us and tell us what it is that we need to look at and focus on. Okay, so I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. All of my information is in the description box below if you would like to support this channel and support the work that I do out into the universe. Otherwise, I will see you over at your pile. Yeah, sorry, Spirit started talking to me. Sometimes I'm like, I'm talking to you guys and then like something will like shoot in. So, oh, they just asked me to remind you again. So pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. And if you're drawn to more than one pile, that's okay. Maybe you're drawn to all of them, So those are your messages for the collective, and I will see you at your pile. I love you so much. I'll see you there. Blessed be out. Bye. Welcome, pile number 1. Whew. I'm feeling a heavy heart right now. Then the song that's playing in my head it's Christina Aguilera and Blake Shelton. I think it's called I'm Just a Fool. So that's your homework. Look it up. If Spirit reminds me, I'll put it in the description box below and the, things to research or whatever. But it's just like, the words are, she's like, I'm just a fool. And, I'm trying to see if I can remember the words. But it's just like it's a sad, crying in your drink kind of song, meaning like they're both like talking about how they could have worked things out if they, but they were both, kind of too headstrong in their ways, kind of thing. I don't want to say too much because I feel like it's one of those kind of songs that you can take it in whatever way you're going to perceive it. But there's just, that's why it's a duet, because it's like in this song, it's a male and a female representing, right? But it doesn't matter, whatever your couple is, but it's just kind of like, why can't I change? And why can't you change? And blah, blah. It's a very interesting dynamic. So you chose this beautiful, awesome snowflake. So I want to get in just a little bit closer for you guys. I love this one because it's like, it's so flashy. Because not only is it by, you know what I mean, like this big, beautiful one, but then there's like all this, look at this all around it. It feels like debris too. So your message from Spirit is, what do you need to focus on? Ooh, prayer. Wow. Wow. Yes, prayer and gratitude. I heard from Spirit. Yeah, honestly, you need to go listen to that song. You need to seriously, like, you should just like stop the reading right now and go and listen to it. I'm going to put it in there. You need to go and listen to it and then come back and listen to this because I know the song very well. And the first time I heard it, it's like it made me like kind of clench up, like just like because I wanted to cry, but I didn't want to use my emotions. And I'm feeling like you guys are really holding back on your emotions, because each of these cards come from different groups. And this one comes from the cards of, this is from the cards of power. So I'm going to read what it says. This deck was designed by Dr. Masaru Emoto, and he's the author of The Hidden Messages in Water. And he's the one that like realized that there's something going on with the water. Our bodies make up like 70% water, right? We need water to survive. Everything needs water to survive on this planet. It's like oxygen, right? Like we need that. We need gravity. We need certain things to survive. And so he started to realize the power of water and talking to water. And I want you to not only like up your prayer game, but I also want you to start praying over your water and maybe even getting like a really healthy water source for your family. And like keeping it in like a big jug where you can like get it out of a dispenser kind of thing, where you can like pray on it. And then like every person who drinks from that, you could put shungite in there. You could put crystals in there. I'm just hearing like this is a family affair. Like even if you're by yourself, it could be your animals, or maybe you're meant to pass this message on to your friends and your family. I know that years ago I was visiting a friend actually, and she took me to this place, she knew I ate really healthy and all that. And so she took me to this place and she's like, look at all the different waters they have. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was like, I'm like, how is this like in the suburbs, like where I grew up in Illinois? And it made me so happy. But there was like a shungite water, a rose quartz water, like they had like a quartz and something else, because crystal quartz is an amplifier. So right here we have Stilbite, and we have, this is a quartz crystal, clear quartz crystal, and we have an Apopholite. I don't know, I don't think Stilbite and Apopholite can go in water. Always research it. Don't go by, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a, I just know what I know. But I know, I'm almost 100% positive you can put clear quartz crystal in water. However, just make sure that they're really, really clean, before you're putting them in water. But the shungite's really powerful too. So this focus is not just the prayer, but it's about getting yourself like healthy from the inside out. And from the outside in, like what are you putting on your body, on your skin, so it says this comes from the cards of power. And look, seriously, look at what the candles are doing. Oh, it's so awesome. It is important that we treat water with respect and that we work with all energy in a respectful way. If you choose one of the following words of power to amplify or to honor something in your life, be sure to do so in an attitude of humility and gratitude. The vibrational aspects of a word impart physical effects. Choose a card that has meaning for you. It may be something you want to increase in your life or something you want to honor or to better understand. And since this is the one I pulled for you, I'm going to go to the meaning. So the prayer card is also the wisdom card, and it's also number 5. And they wanted me to point that out because 5 is about change and transformation. And it's time for you to really change, and changing all the people and everything around you. And if it's not working for you, you can't be there anymore. Like if it's just not, if you've tried your best and you've done everything you can, it's like you have to do what's right for you. And this says, no matter what the language, the providence of nature itself does not change. So words which have the same meaning show similar forms. Interesting. So no matter what the language, the providence of nature itself does not change. So words which have the same meaning show similar forms. That's like really deep. I don't even know what that means. You know what I mean? I feel like that's something I gotta like sit on. Like hours later I'll be like really high and be like, wow, that was really heavy, So sit with that. That's why I read it twice. Sit with that for a minute. Let's see. Do we have any more messages? I wasn't sure if this was going to be a short and sweet, or are there any more messages for pile number 1? Another power word, hope. Yes. Yes, I felt that too. Like that's what I feel like for your pile, like hope's back here in the dark, and they're like, no, hope needs to come right up front. Hope and prayer need to work together in this situation right now. And I'm going to read what the hope says. Hope is number 2, which is also about duality, and it's called peace of mind. The most important words in the world are peace of mind. It is important to have peace of mind in your livelihood, place of work, education, and environment. Yes. What did I just say? Like your environment, like that's where you live. I had a situation happen to me this week like that, where I was just like, Spirit, something's got to give, because I feel like I am constantly fighting off energies all around me. And I'm like, are you just toughening me up to be a warrior? Like, what's my lesson here? And then I was watching this one reading that said, you're not tethered anywhere, like you're not a tree. You're not rooted into the ground. You can pick up and move anytime you want. And so I started to realize, yeah, like I hold the power. And it's that thing, with the Wizard of Oz. If you remember, if you've seen the Wizard of Oz, where at the end she's like, you mean all I have to do is click my heels 3 times and I can go home? She's like, yep. She's like, why didn't you tell me that when you gave me the freaking shoes? Just like, and she goes, because you had to go through all this. You had to learn to trust friends. You had to learn to meet people. You know what I mean? Like the Wizard of Oz has a lot of beautiful, it came from a book, right? And it was a children's book, and it was a book about hope. And it was a book about connecting with ourselves and other people. It's also about trust. So, don't lose hope. And I also felt like too, so this isn't going to resonate with all of you, but for some of you, I feel like it's a relationship. And if it is, it's like the power of 2, wherever 2 or more gather, when the witch is awake. And you'll hear me if you understand what I'm saying. But if you're with somebody it doesn't matter how powerful they are. It's like you can be with Superman or, Batgirl or whatever, I mean, whoever you're with, you can be with that superhero, but if they have amnesia, they don't know that. And no matter how many times you tell them, no matter, they have to figure it out for themselves. And when they figure out they're a superhero, when they finally figure it out, then and only then will you be able to move forward. But until then, it's like you're just going to be, it's going to be the same thing over and over, and you're going to be in this Groundhog Day loop. Any more messages, Spirit? Okay. Okay, so this is the healing that you need to focus on. So let's get to this over here. The healing. So we've got prayer, hope, and healing. Okay, so this is from Dr. Emoto. Through my work, I realized the relationship between emotions and organs. When the vibration of a certain part of the body is disturbed, it negatively affects the whole body. The body's intrinsic vibration has to be restored by giving a new external vibration that cancels the disturbance. And then he goes into this whole thing, how he worked with this musician and they worked together to create music that would heal organs. It was really, really powerful. I'll get the links and put those below as well. It says the crystal photographs were taken after playing each of these melodies to distilled water. Each crystal was gauged with a Hado measuring device, which measures vibration and energy. I have noted the name, and then he talks about that he noted the piece. And he says, 2 additional health crystals are added at the end for your pleasure. Please visualize the positive emotion of each melody while listening to them. And I think because they had me cover up the Stilbite in this story, in this situation for you guys, I want you to work with quartz crystal and apopholite when you're working with your pineal gland, right? And we'll get to that. Okay. So it says, if you're working with the healing cards, remember that to love yourself is to love and thank all of existence. We cannot, nor is it necessary to, rid ourselves of our emotions. No one is ever completely free from negative thoughts. However, our physical and mental health is undermined by frequent negative thoughts and feelings. The principle of vibration shows us that when 2 opposite waves combine, they cancel each other out. When we omit the positive emotion, the negative emotion will disappear. And so these are the cards from the healing group. And so you guys, you are... Where are you at? Oh, here we go. It's number 2. Another 2. Look at that. The pineal Hado. It's about passion and lethargy. And the song is called Keys to My Heart. So yeah, I mean... talk about that. So I want you to that's part of your homework too, to research the pineal gland and also how it coexists in the chakra system and how important it is. Okay, so passion. Some passion has left your life. And if you're overworked and you're underpaid, you know what I mean? If you're just feeling like you're spinning your wheels and you're not getting anywhere, well, of course you're going to feel drained. And of course you're going to feel like you have lost your hope. But Spirit's saying, this is how you heal it. This is how you heal where you are right now. Okay? So those are your messages, pile number 1. Let me make sure there's no more from Spirit. Do we have any more messages? Any closing messages? Nope. That's it. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. All of the information and my information is in the description box below, and I'll see you at the next reading. Blessed be. Oh, bye. Welcome, pile number 2. I had no plans to put music to this, but last pile a song came on, and then right before I started this, I was like, is there anything you want me to start with? And I heard the Beatles, just like starting over, starting over. You know that song? I'll put it below. It's like dum 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 dum. But it's good. It's good. It's good. It just kind of feels like I felt a lot of fairy energy from you guys because this Stilbite right here has some glitter on it, and I just felt like it wanted to be glittery. The Apopholite over here wanted to show this. It looks like a little diamond right there. Just yeah, and like. Well, now I kind of messed up. But this one was showing it almost looked like there was a snowflake inside here. And I had it in like a really cool way. But look at that. Yeah. So I'm feeling a lot of fairy energy from you guys. So now that we have your card in front, let's see what it says on the back. Ooh, wow, right out the gate. So, what you need to focus on and refine is your healing. The cranial halo, peace of mind. Wow. Hold on, I'm going to get the book. Dr. Emoto, who created this deck, is now passed on. And he really spoke to me today, and he wanted me to. We're losing light outside too. It's kind of stormy. I chose these. I don't know if you watched the beginning, but I chose these cards today. Well, Spirit drew me to them as well because it's snowing. It's April 13th and it's snowing. I'm like, no. Um, so I was like, this feels like so perfect. And I feel like for you guys, like wherever you are, I'm hearing to please stop multitasking. If you can't watch this right now without doing something else, then they said to wait until you can be somewhere peaceful and do that. Because I'm hearing like you guys have got to slow down. You've got to slow down. I'm getting it really strong. But Dr. Emoto asked me to read this part from the book. And it says, through my work, I realized the relationship between emotions and organs. When the vibration of a certain part of the body is disturbed, it negatively affects the whole body. The body's intrinsic vibration has to be restored by giving a new external vibration that cancels the disturbance. And then he spoke about how he worked with a musician named Alan Rubik, and they put together like this healing music to go with the energy of the water crystals, which is, the snowflakes. So I'll have that information below if you go to, into the description box where you found the timestamps if you're interested in that. So he spoke about how he said two additional health crystals are added at the end for your pleasure. So here we have a quartz crystal, we have Stilbite, and we have Apopholite over there. So if those are calling to you, those are the ones that wanted to come in. And he says, if you're working with the healing cards, remember that to love yourself is to love and thank all of existence. We cannot, nor is it necessary to, rid ourselves of our emotions. No one is ever completely free from negative thoughts. However, our physical and mental health is undermined by frequent negative thoughts and feelings. The principle of vibration shows us that when two opposite waves combine, they cancel each other out. When we emit the positive emotion, the negative emotion will disappear. And so then he said, these are the cards that are in the healing group. And that's the one that you have there is the cranial halo. And the halo is actually a measuring device, and it measures vibration and energy. It's interesting because they had it dark like that. I was like, why wouldn't you want me to have the candle up there? But I feel like that's how it's been for you guys. Like maybe you're suffering because cranial, I was thinking like migraines or headaches. So they wanted you to feel like more in the dark and not like have that light on you. Maybe some of you are just so sensitive to light right now because do you ever notice when you're really stressed out, light is like more sensitive because it's just too much and your brain can't handle it. It's like your cranial is your head. So it's like your head is just like, and peace of mind, get it, like peace of mind. It's like you need peace in your mind, in your head, so that you can function. And so this one is number 7. So you may even want to look up angel number 7, or you can just look up, energy number 7 vibrational energy. And it is peace of mind, fear of losing self-control. Ooh, interesting. And it also says, quote unquote, night and day, which is the song that they associated with it. So I'll look for it. But that's interesting because when we started out, remember, I was like, it's kind of so dark in here, right? Like night. And then I pulled the candle in, right? And it's like day. So there's something definitely going on there with you guys. Let me see if they have any more messages with that. It's very straightforward, but yeah, it's funny. We're talking about, I don't, did we just say this with you guys? It might have been in the other reading. We were talking about the Wizard of Oz, but it's coming up again because it's like, exactly. That's like, you guys are like the scarecrow right now, right? If you remember when she first comes upon the scarecrow, she's like, oh my gosh, what happened? And he's like, there's a little bit of me over here and there's a little bit of me over there. And he was just like, help put me back together. And that's what's happening with you guys. You're trying to control everything. You're trying to make sure that everybody's okay and everything. But the irony is you're the one that's suffering. I feel like, and also the interesting thing is I feel like you're working so hard to keep everybody around you happy, yet the suffering that you're feeling, they feel it too. So it's almost like they're saying like it's like a strained effort. Does that make sense? Like, and they're saying, you know, work smarter, not harder, right? Spirit's got your back. You don't need to do this by yourself. You know, even over here, look at how this, you know, that's from another candle over there, and they're not having me move it. They're just showing you like they're coming, they're all over the place, and they're trying to help you. They send you signs, but you're like, no, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. And they're like, no, you can't, not right now. You need help. Let's see. Do we have any clarifiers for this? So for you, your focus is healing on that, your peace of mind. That's what you need. Oh, look at this Machu Picchu, Earth. Oops, hold on. Get this back here. Machu Picchu, Earth. So let's go in here. So let's go to that card. Okay. So this says cards of the earth. The earth is our home. And I feel like I want to bring this in a little bit more. Every day of our lives, our liver filters over 100 gallons of water and sends this purified water to the other organs in our body. What? Based on this fact, I imagine the earth is playing a vital role in purifying the water for our planet and then sending it out into the universe. I believe that it is our responsibility to protect and purify the water of the earth. I also believe that our consciousness will purify the water, and through this we can send messages of beauty and strength to all life. How can we do this? The answer is love and gratitude. If all the people of the world can feel love and gratitude, the pristine beauty of our earth may once again return. It says here are the cards in the nature group. Okay, so it says to honor the following aspects of nature. It says select a card, feel the emotion of love and gratitude. So right now, I want you to look at the Machu Picchu card with love and gratitude. And it says, the Inca citadel, located in the Andes Mountains of Peru, is one of the world's most well-known sacred places. Since ancient times, this land has been preserved as sacred. So your focus while you're healing right now, it could even be that you have a past life there. It could be that you've already been there in this life. It could be somewhere that you've been wanting to go, and maybe this is your sign and Spirit's like, it's time, go. Put all your time and energy into this because it's going to change your life, right? It could just be that you need to research Machu Picchu and the culture of the Mayan people, you know, of the Peruvians. Is it the Mayans? Is that right? Did I say that right? I'm like, that came out naturally, but I don't want to, that's what I believe it is, but I don't want to, because, well, anyway, you hear what I'm saying. If it's a slip of the tongue, then that's your culture. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, then that's the one Spirit wants you to focus on, is the Mayan culture, and they didn't have one for Mayan. You know what I'm saying? It came out for a reason. So whatever it means to you. Also notice that we have green on the right and blue on the left, which are, I mean, when you look at the earth from high above, right? It's like we see green and blue are the two most prominent colors when we think of earth. Besides white, which is, you know, in the middle. Even here, it's like this kind of reminds me of like waves, you know? So, okay. Any more messages for pile number 2, Spirit? Oh, prayer. We had this in one of our other piles. So if you're drawn to another pile, then you may want to, and you know what? Since we're talking about love, I'm going to bring down our beautiful rose quartz bowl. So prayer. The power of prayer. I mean, look at this, you guys. There's different, you know, each one on the top tells you like a different part of the book, and you pulled earth, healing, and power. Wow, that's pretty profound. And in the cards of power, it says, it's important that we treat water with respect and that we work with all energy in a respectful way. If you chose one of the following words of power to amplify or to honor something in your life, be sure to do so in an attitude of humility and gratitude. The vibrational aspects of a word impart physical effects. Choose a card that has meaning for you. It may be something you want to increase in your life or something you want to honor or to better understand. And so the prayer card is number 5, and 5 is also about change and transformation. And it says wisdom. No matter what the language, the providence of nature itself does not change. So words which have the same meaning show similar forms, right? And also thanking your water, talking to the water when you drink it, and having gratitude. Water hears you. Say, thank you, water, for nourishing my mind, body, and soul. Thank you so much for keeping me healthy. You know, like however you want to talk to the water. I always thank the water. We have water jugs here, and I pray over all of our water. And I say thank you because we're made up of mostly water. So it would make sense, that our bodies are going to vibrationally respond to what we say and what we do, because water responds to vibration. That's why he made this. Dr. Emoto just knew that there was something linked to water and energy, and how we speak around it, how we act around it. And so, they started doing these experiments where they would take the same distilled water, and they would put one in one room with classical music and one in another room, all soundproof, with death metal or something, right? Like something really harsh like that, for real. And when they looked at the water at the beginning, and they were the exact same. And then when they were done, it was like the water was like fractured, that listened to the, it was like, because the water was like, whoa, and in the classical, it was like beautiful. And you know what I mean? So think about that for a second. So that's how much power that water has, and from responding to vibrational energy. So if you are responding to vibrational, you know what I mean? So they're saying, remember that you are also responding to vibrational energy. Oh my gosh. You guys, you are my power people. Look at this. So we've got earth and healing and prayer and self-love, wisdom. So we've got, earth, healing, power, and wisdom. I mean, what? So here's what Dr. Emoto says of the cards of wisdom. I believe that purity of intention causes a shorter wave vibration. When the wave vibration is short, it carries farther into the cosmos because there is less space between the waves for disrupting vibrations to enter. Human beings have a physical limitation regarding the range of sounds we are able to transmit. To hear or transmit sounds far away must be done in a frequency band exceeding the scope of our ability. What may allow us to accomplish this is water and the molecular cluster in it. If you fill your heart with love and gratitude, happiness and peace, you will find yourself surrounded by an abundance of gifts to love and feel grateful for, and you can get closer to enjoying the life of health and happiness we all seek. To expand these wisdom vibrations in your life, choose a card and feel the emotion the card represents. So we have self-love, which is also number 3, and it says, if we are unable to love ourselves, we cannot truly have the ability to love others. We must shine, or in other words, radiate energy. Otherwise, we cannot resonate with others. Wow. Yes. I don't know if you know RuPaul, but one of my favorite things RuPaul always says is, if you don't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love anybody else? And it's so true. It's so, 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 so true. Okay, my beautiful pile 2. I hope this helps you to refine and focus your energy right now so that you can put yourself on the, back on track. Because I feel like this reading is for all of us. I feel like we've all kind of gotten off track a little bit, or maybe we're exactly where we're supposed to be, but there's somewhere that we're, our focus is deflecting, right? It's like we're not wanting to put the focus on the thing that we need the most. And that's our key, right? So this one for you guys is definitely self-love. I love you so much. I hope this helped you in any way. All of the information is in the description box below, and I'll see you at the next reading. Blessed be. Aho. Welcome, pile number 3. Your angel number is 3322. And so far, you're the only one that has gotten one. So I was excited to do this pile. This is one of my favorite cards. I will never forget the first time I saw this card. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, it's smiling. I'm like, it's a sentient snowflake. And it's showing, look at that. It even looks like it has a star in its eye, or a little sun. And this looks like another, like a eye, and then a nose and a mouth. But then what really tripped me out, I meant to do this, is that when I was setting this up, this crystal wasn't in here before, but they had me pull it in. Tell me it doesn't look like a little face sticking its tongue out at you. Do you see the little face? Here, I have a candle there, but do you see there's eyes there and a nose, and then there's a little mouth right there? I was so I totally feel I'm so excited. I don't remember what's on the other side of this card, but I'm excited for you guys. So let's see what it says. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, that's right. I did get this one. I did get this one recently. That's right. Thank you, power. Oh my gosh, I love this card. Okay, so each of these cards come from different groups that Dr. Emoto wrote. So let me pull this back a little bit. I'm trying to give you guys, I want you to be able to see the power, the word power. And so I'm going to read it. Hold on. I literally opened up to it in the book. That's when you know you guys are powerful. Woo! It says, it is important that we treat water with respect and that we work with all energy in a respectful way. If you choose one of the following words of power to amplify or to honor something in your life, be sure to do so in an attitude of humility and gratitude. The vibrational aspects of a word impart physical effects. Choose a card that has meaning for you. It may be something you want to increase in your life or something you want to honor or to better understand. Also, it's on page number 9, and I've read this in the other piles and they didn't draw me to it, so 9 must mean something to you guys. Also, I always feel like P is like a 9 backwards. So I don't know if that means anything. When I was a kid, I used to always think that, so I don't know why they have me say that out loud. Okay, so you have the thank you, which is number 4. Emotion. To be affected by strong emotion and vibration is the best energy source. The more emotion you have every day, the more energetic your life will be. That's interesting because that's what I was feeling too, is like usually like when I see like this pile felt very, it's like I feel like you guys are this, and I feel like Spirit saying, thank you, we love you, thank you for all your awesomeness. This is like a thank you to you from Spirit. But I also, ooh, by the way, this fell in here earlier. This little feather. So, but then when I saw this one with the face, it's almost like, this is how you guys normally are, is like the sunny. But like on the inside, you're like, like you're just like, I'm so over it. Like I just kind of feel like you guys are normally like these bubbly little, like, you know, fairy energy. So bring some selenite in. My eyes went to the selenite. This is quartz crystal. This is Stilbite. I don't remember what this one is. It must have some form of pyrite in it though, because every time I look at it, it reminds me of pyrite. But it's like a green color. It's like a seafoam green color. I need to bring it to the place where I bought it and let them tell me what it is. But I think it's definitely mixed with pyrite. But you see, look, there's still like a face in there. Like no matter how I do it, now it almost looks like a dog. So if that means anything to you guys. Do we have any more messages with this spirit? Well, I'm just hearing from them, like, don't feel like you have to, hold on. I feel like they want me to pull some cards. Hold on. There's a lot of, all of a sudden I'm getting this, it's almost like there's like this negative energy that like wants you to, and I want to pull this aside because this was pile 4. And if you're drawn to pile 4, that's wonderful. You know, go watch it. But I feel like for some of you, like you don't want to see that. It's like they're having me make like a little altar for you guys. Also, I'm hearing, you know, where's your sparkle? Like, where's your sparkle and your shine and your pizzazz? Like, the angels have got your back. Look at, I feel like you guys see white feathers a lot, or white feathers always seem to find you kind of thing. Ooh, look at this one. Ooh, that's really powerful. I just realized that with the other piles, I don't know if I showed them the snowflake on the outside. I think I just showed them the word. Isn't that weird? Maybe I didn't, I don't remember. Anyway, by the way, the male person is here, and whenever the male comes when I'm doing these, because they're all different times of the day, we kind of live in no man's land. We have different people all the time. There's like we never know. It's like the mail could come at 10 in the morning or 7 at night. Anyway, so when it comes in like this, I feel like that means something too. Like somebody's trying to talk to you or give you a message. And also here, like I feel like this feels like spirit. I'm going to put it on the selenite because I feel like you guys need that kind of like clear healing energy. But see, thank you, male people. See how it's like, I feel like this is spirit. Like you're the snowflake. You're like, you're one of a kind. You're like, you're super special. You're super rare. That's why they're like smiling down on you like that. But it's like inside is like this council, like of wizards, of like angels, like that you, and it's like, here's you in the center, like your higher self, but this is what you show the world. But inside you're like this super, super, super powerful being. Anyway, that's really cool. So, they're both power cards. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. So I'm going to read you what the Eternity card says. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's number 9. It's literally number 9. I mean, that's crazy. So the fact, I mean, come on. So 9 means something for you guys. There's seriously something that means something for you guys. So eternity, it says resonance. Perhaps the source of resonance can be found within heaven. All things seem to be receiving that resonance, holding hands and harmonizing. So that's what I feel like you guys too. Like wherever you come from, if you haven't seen the movie The Eternals yet, you might want to watch it. We just watched it the other day and it was like, oh man, it kind of, it was cool in some ways, but in other ways it kind of fucked with me a little bit because I was like, if this is the truth, if like I'm just like some, like here I am as a medium for you guys, right? But I was like, but what if I am just like some computer program and like I think I have like a soul or something, but I'm actually was sent down here to just like, help humanity. You know what I mean? I was just like, I mean, that shit got deep. So I feel like, if you guys are like, who am I? It's like, what is your focus? It's like your focus is like really getting connected to yourself. I mean, the gratitude, of course, because obviously you're missing some gratitude in your life, right? Because now they're having me look at thank you in a different way. So what do you need to have more gratitude around? And it could be that if you're feeling like me, like you're an angel, like an earth angel, some days I just want to be like, fuck this. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to play. Like this was fun for a minute. Now I'm like, I want to go home. And then I'm like, but where is home? What is home? What is home to you? Like who are you on this planet? Like I feel like only right? Like no one can tell you. I can't tell you who you are. I was watching Rosology. She's so amazing, and I haven't been drawn to her readings in forever. And if spirit draws me to put it below, I will in my recommendations in the description box. But there's this part where she was like going on and she's like, I don't know. And she goes, I don't know. I'm not God. Like, that's how I feel too. It's like, that's all they're giving me. So at least right now, we'll see if they want us to have any more clarifiers. But obviously, look up resonance. I mean, resonance is a really heavy word. I mean, it's linked with respect. And it says, so if even you read it like this, perhaps the source of respect can be found within heaven. All things seem to be receiving that respect, holding hands and harmonizing. Because, if we loved each other and looked after each other the way that we should, right? All of us, like taking care of number one first, right? So that we're healthy so we can help other people. But also, it's like we are here to help each other walk home all the way. That's why I don't think we are meant to, be alone. Even if you don't have a romantic partner, we're meant to have somebody, with us, at certain times. I mean, sure, maybe you take a sabbatical or you go on a journey on your own or something, but it's like, we're not meant to walk the earth alone and never interact with anybody and never be with, you know what I mean? Like, that's not the way it's meant to be. Also, Spirit saying, don't fear eternity. I feel like some of you, like, you believe in this quote unquote stuff, like you believe in this, but there's still a part of you like that's afraid to die. And Spirit wants you to release that feeling, because whatever that is, that hasn't come up in a long time. Because even though I said that about the computer programming, whatever, it's like still though, that fear is attached to ego. Like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen to me? Like when I die. And Spirit saying, but is it though? Right? And why are you concerned about that? Because if you're concerned about that, it's like they need you to be present right now. But I get it. I don't want to tell you, this was an intense reading. If you, like I said, if you're drawn to any of their piles, I highly recommend you go back and look at them. They're kind of stopping me, so something must want to come through. Give me a minute. Slow down. Spirit is saying slow down. Right? You have an eternity. If things don't work out in this lifetime, you can do it again, and it doesn't mean that you're going to have to learn certain lessons again. I feel like some of you, that's what it feels like. That's what the fear I'm feeling. Now, this isn't going to resonate with everybody, but I'm feeling for some of you, you genuinely feel like, or you want to go, or like maybe, like you're going to have a shorter life, or you're starting to, feel, or maybe you're like in your midlife, right? That's why they call it a midlife crisis, right? Because all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, like, I know I just went through it. I was like, I'm 50. My partner's going through it now. He's going to be 50, next month. And, it's like, it just starts to, that kind of like death. Like, it's like, what is death? What is this, you know? But they don't want you to get so hung up on that, because it really has nothing to do with what you're doing now. You know what I mean? And so whatever you came, like I just kind of get this vibe, like they're saying, relax. Whatever you came here to do, you already did it. So it's okay to like focus on yourself. And they're saying thank you for all your hard work. Like, you got 2 power cards. If you were drawn to this pile, it's like, that's no joke. You have 2 power cards. That's pretty powerful, right? So they're like, thank you, and you got an eternity. Don't worry about it. Do you want to pull any more cards at all? Because then I was thinking maybe they don't even want to pull any. That's why. Yep, that's it. That's it. So those are your focus, or those are your messages. I hope they help you. Pile number 3. All of the information is in the description box below, and I will see you at the next reading. Blessed be. Oh, bye. Welcome, pile number 4. Some of the other piles, music was called in, and then we didn't have anything in 3. And then all of a sudden, right when I started putting yours together, I heard the song You Ruin Me by the Veronicas. Oh, it's like one of my favorite songs. I've actually been working on it lately. So at first I thought it was just my brain. Also, my throat chakra got really tight out of nowhere. So work with your throat chakra. Also, it's very interesting. I had all of the cards, I always set aside, you guys, especially if you're new here, then you don't know. But if you've been watching my readings, I'm pretty efficient. But all of a sudden I went to pick up your card to put it here, the one that you chose, the image that you chose, and I realized somehow they got put back into the deck, and I don't know how that happened or when. So I guess it was just for you to choose that deck, and if it comes out, it comes out. I couldn't even tell you what it looked like. And I don't have fancy software, so I can't like stop and like, pause and like go back and like, so I was like, oh, so, but I guess they said it doesn't matter, because it really is about like you guys right now. Like I'm feeling this deep connection to spirit. We've got, and also you're the first pile that we had the amethyst come in. This is a very light lavender amethyst. So we have amethyst, apopholite, selenite, quartz crystal, and stilbite wanted to come in. And in the back we have a rose quartz bowl. So work with those crystals if you have them. So I don't, oh my gosh, I shit you not. Now I remember it. Isn't that so funny? I had to shuffle again. You heard me. Dude, I just have to tell you, this is so powerful. On a side note for myself, this was like a massive sign for me as well. So, okay, so there's your card. Now I remember, right? Because I was talking about how it has like this little portal there. But look at how magnificent that is. And it fits in perfectly with the rest of it. So on the back of the card is wisdom. And each card comes from a section of the book. And the wisdom is, this literally is from the cards of wisdom. That's why it's up here. And this is what it says. I believe that purity of intention causes a shorter wave vibration. When the wave vibration is short, it carries farther into the cosmos because there is less space between the waves for disrupting vibrations to enter. Human beings have a physical limitation regarding the range of sounds we are able to transmit. To hear or transmit sounds far away must be done in a frequency band exceeding the scope of our ability. What may allow us to accomplish this is water and the molecular cluster in it. If you fill your heart with love and gratitude, happiness and peace, you will find yourself surrounded by an abundance of gifts to love and feel grateful for, and you can get closer to enjoying the life of health and happiness we all seek. To expand these wisdom vibrations in your life, choose a card and feel the emotion the card represents. So this is the card you chose, which is Soul. It's on the next page. It's number 11. Oh, sweet angels. So it says Soul. By enhancing our vibrational output, we are improving our environment both internally and externally. And so for those of you, especially my healing practitioners, a lot of times when I'm working on my healing, like my actual healing of my avatar, I'll say to spirit when I'm working with Reiki energy or the healing energies of the universe, I just say, thank you for healing me from the inside out and the outside in my auric field. And, and I go through the whole thing. But, I think it really makes a difference, and like really connecting with your organs and saying, thank you, to your heart and, to your everything, to your muscles, your tendons, your bones, your blood. You know what I mean? Like the air, the oxygen that goes into your lungs. A lot of this, so today is about refine and focus. And so spirit really wants you to, focus on your soul. This is about your soul growth. I literally heard spirit say like, this is about your soul growth and your wisdom, like your innate wisdom. And the reason why I want to keep this out is because when we really look at this card, it does have almost like a portal vibe. Do you feel that? It's like, I always feel like my last pile are like my really, that's why sometimes when it goes to another video, I'm like, it's like the next message is, if like you're drawn to it, you're drawn to it. If you're not, you're not. But I feel like 4 is my real powerful, power people. And the fact that, your 2 words are wisdom and soul. It's like, it looks like a portal to me. I love it. In fact, I'm going to go in a little bit closer with and I feel like you guys are like that, like the Fool and the Tarot, right? Like you can like walk between all worlds. Also, I feel like my eyes really went to the Apopholite. Apopholite is really helpful in connecting you to all the, to spirit, of course, but like the angel realm, Stilbite as well. So those 2 you may want to focus on the most. And the rose quartz, of course, is in the back. And let's see, when I looked down, it was 5111. So if you're drawn to that, look up angel number 5111. Also, it's the number 8. Is there 8 things here? I was like 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there's 6. It looks like. Okay, so let's see. Do we pull any more cards? Oh, okay. And if you were drawn to any other cards, I highly suggest, or piles, I highly suggest you look because this came out. So power. This is the power card. Gratitude. So we just pulled from the wisdom pile and now we're pulling from the power. So I'll get that. And it says, it is important that we treat water with respect and that we work with all energy in a respectful way. If you choose one of the following words of power to amplify or to honor something in your life, be sure to do so in an attitude of humility and gratitude. The vibrational aspects of a word impart physical effects. Choose a card that has meaning for you. It may be something you want to increase in your life or something you want to honor or to better understand. And so it's like, here are the cards of power. The thank you is number 4, and it's connected to our emotions. And it says to be affected by strong emotion and vibration is the best energy source. The more emotions you have every day, the more energetic your life will be. Yes, and being in gratitude, saying thank you. Look at how the light are going on the candles right now. Do you see all this around you, you beautiful, beautiful souls? Gratitude is your focus is on gratitude. I feel like all of us, this card came out a lot, and this one called to me too. In fact, look at if you were drawn to pile number 3, that's probably why Spirit didn't have me show them. But look at that. It's like that's Spirit like smiling on you, and they're also grateful. That's them saying thank you to you for all the hard work that you're doing. Like they see you, they're paying attention to you. I mean, these were taken from real photographs of snowflakes. And I mean, you can't even make it up. I mean, look at it. It looks like there's a star in their eye, So, and I feel like once you put your focus there, everything's going to fall into place. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, Alder just pulled this card too. So, Lourdes, water, love. And this comes from the healing. So we've got wisdom, we've got power, and now we're going to focus on healing. And I like how the crystal quartz is like, it wants to come this way to amplify the healing towards you. And Dr. Emoto says, through my work, I realized the relationship between emotions and organs. When the vibration of a certain part of the body is disturbed, it negatively affects the whole body. The body's intrinsic vibration has to be restored by giving a new external vibration that cancels the disturbance. Interesting. So water is what you chose. And this, this comes from the Hado measuring device, which measures vibration and energy. And he's also paired with a musician named Alan Rubik to put water, like he was called to like, work with the water and music together. So so look for links for that in the description box below. I'm gonna put some down there. So it says, please visualize the positive emotion of each melody while listening to them. But right now I want you to focus on water and love, okay? It says, if you're working with the healing cards, remember that to love yourself is to love and thank all of existence. We cannot, nor is it necessary to, rid ourselves of our emotions. No one is ever completely free from negative thoughts. However, our physical and mental health is undermined by frequent negative thoughts and feelings. When the principle of vibration shows us that when two opposite waves combine, they cancel each other out. When we emit the positive emotion, the negative emotion will disappear, right? It's like energy, like when you walk into a room and everybody's really happy, I mean, look at what just happened at the Oscars. Perfect example. Everybody, they said it was like one of the best shows they'd had in a while. Everybody was having a good time. All the comedians were doing a really great job. Everything was wonderful. And then like they said after that happened, after Will Smith hit him, they said the room was just, I mean, Amy Schumer tried to save it. She like came back and she was like, hey, I was gone. Did anything happen? I was gone. The vibe in here feels different. Like, because she's awesome. But you know what I mean? It's like, so think about that.